Walk into any prepper's pantry, and I can almost guarantee you'll find at least 3 of the items on this list. Items that were marketed as essential, items that cost serious money, items that, when you actually run the numbers, are some of the worst purchases you can make. Here's the uncomfortable truth. The survival industry knows you're worried. And worried people don't do math. They buy peace of mind. That's exactly what these 12 products are selling. Not calories, not nutrition, not real preparedness, just the feeling of it. Today, we're counting down 12 prepper foods that are a complete waste of money. And for every single one, I'll show you what to buy instead, usually for a fraction of the price. Number 1 is sitting in millions of basements right now, and it might be the biggest money trap in the entire survival industry. Let's get into it. Number 12, canned emergency water and water pouches. You've seen them, little silver pouches stamped with a 5-year shelf life, or cans of emergency drinking water selling for $2 to $3 each. That works out to somewhere between $15 and $30 per gallon for water. Now compare that to what comes out of your tap. In most of the country, municipal tap water costs less than a penny per gallon. Stored properly in food-grade containers, that same water stays safe for years, not 5. The pouches are selling you convenience and a printed expiration date. That's it. Water doesn't expire. It can pick up tastes from bad containers, sure, but the water itself doesn't go bad. What to do instead? Buy a few stackable water bricks or simply clean used 2-liter soda bottles, fill them from your tap, and rotate them once a year. Add a basic water filter and some unscented bleach for treatment, and you've covered your water needs for the price of a single case of those pouches. But overpriced water is just the warm-up, because the next item charges you a premium for things you already own. Number 11, pre-made 72-hour survival kits. These look impressive online. 1 bag, everything included, food, water, first aid, flashlight, emergency blanket, usually somewhere between $80 and $200. 1 purchase and you are covered. Open one up and the illusion falls apart fast. The flashlight is a $2 plastic unit that dies in an hour. The food is a handful of ration bars worth maybe $6. The first aid kit is Band-Aids and a single packet of ointment. The radio, if there is one, barely picks up a signal. You are paying retail markup on 20 cheap items, plus a survival premium on top. Industry insiders estimate the actual contents of most $100 kits cost the assembler less than $30. What to do instead? Build your own. A used backpack, a proper flashlight, real food you actually eat, a genuine first aid kit. You will spend the same money and end up with gear that works when your life depends on it. And speaking of those ration bars hiding inside every pre-made kit, they are our next waste of money. Number 10, lifeboat ration bars. These dense, vacuum-sealed bricks were designed for one very specific situation, drifting at sea in a lifeboat where space is critical and you're rationing 1,200 calories a day while doing absolutely nothing. That's not your situation. In a land-based emergency, you're moving, working, repairing, hauling, and burning 3,000 calories or more. These bars cost $8 to $12 for a 3-day brick that most people can barely choke down. The texture has been compared to sweetened chalk, and in a real crisis, food you don't want to eat is food that doesn't get eaten. There is even a name for it: appetite fatigue. People, especially kids and the elderly, will undereat rather than force down food they hate. In a survival situation, that is dangerous. What to do instead? Peanut butter. One large jar delivers over 5,000 calories, costs around $4, lasts 2 years unopened, and everyone actually eats it. Add some crackers and honey, and you've outperformed the ration bar in every category that matters. Number 9. Canned bread and novelty, canned foods. But at least ration bars are dense calories. The next item is mostly a gimmick in a can. Canned brown bread, canned whole chickens, canned cheeseburgers. Yes, those exist. The survival corners of the internet love these things, and they make great video thumbnails. They make terrible preps. Canned bread runs $3 to $4 for 600 calories of dense, molasses-flavored loaf. A bag of flour costs about the same and gives you over 7,000 calories that can become bread, tortillas, biscuits, pancakes, or gravy. Novelty cans are bought for the novelty. They sit on shelves as conversation pieces, get photographed for social media, and then expire uneaten. That's not food storage. That's collecting. The rule that should govern every food purchase you make is simple. Store what you eat and eat what you store. If it's not part of your normal rotation, it's not a prep. It's clutter with a shelf life. What to do instead? Flour, oil, salt, yeast. Boring wins. Boring is cheap, versatile, and proven by every generation before us. Now, the next item is where even experienced preppers throw away serious money, because the marketing is brilliant. Number 8, gourmet freeze-dried meal pouches. Beef stroganoff, chicken teriyaki, biscuits and gravy. Those glossy pouches from the camping aisle taste genuinely good, and that's the trap. Run the numbers. A typical pouch costs $9 to $13 and contains 600 to 800 calories. That's roughly 1.5 cents per calorie. To feed one adult for 1 month at this rate, you'd spend more than $1,000 per person. These meals were designed for backpackers, where every ounce matters and price does not. Your pantry doesn't care about ounces. Your pantry sits still. Weight is irrelevant at home, price is everything. And here is the kicker. The main ingredients are usually rice or noodles, the exact things you can buy for 50 cents a pound. What to do instead? Build the meal yourself. Rice, pasta, canned chicken, bouillon, dried vegetables, spices. The same dinner for 90 cents instead of $12. Keep 2 or 3 pouches for your car kit if you want, but never build a food supply on them. The next item, though, might be the most cleverly marketed product in all of prepping. Number 7, survival seed vaults. 25,000 heirloom seeds. Feed your family forever. Fits in an ammo can. The pitch is irresistible, a garden in a box waiting for the end of the world. Here is what they do not tell you. Gardening is a skill that takes seasons to learn, and the moment you would open that vault is the worst possible moment to start learning. Crop failure is normal even for experienced growers. First-year gardens fail constantly. Wrong soil, wrong timing, pests, drought. Worse, those generic vaults are packed with varieties that may not even suit your climate. Seeds for a Zone 5 garden will not perform in Zone 9, and seed viability drops every year, no matter what the package claims. Many vault seeds germinate poorly after just 3 or 4 years in storage. A vault of seeds you have never planted is not a food plan. It is a lottery ticket with dirt. What to do instead? Spend $20 on 5 or 6 vegetables suited to your region and plant them this spring. The skill is the prep. The seeds are just the starting point. Number 6, watery canned soups. Next up, a supermarket staple that preppers stockpile by the case while mostly paying for water. Canned soup feels like the perfect prep. Ready to eat, long shelf life, comforting. Cases of it fill prepper pantries across the country. Now, read the label. A standard can of chicken noodle soup contains around 150 to 250 calories total for $2 to $3. The first ingredient is water. You are paying soup prices for water weight, and you are storing water weight on your shelves. An adult needs roughly 2,000 calories a day. To survive on ready-to-eat canned soup, you would need 8 to 10 cans daily, which is $20 a day per person. A family of 4 would burn through 240 cans in under a week. What to do instead? Go condensed or go dry. Condensed soups double their volume with your own water. Better yet, bouillon cubes, dry soup mixes, rice and beans. A $2 jar of bouillon makes 25 pots of broth. Add rice and canned vegetables, and you've got real meals for pennies. The next item seems like the opposite of a waste. It is famously cheap, and that is exactly why it fools so many people. Number 5. Instant ramen stockpiles. 25 cents a pack. Lasts forever, supposedly. Towers of ramen bricks are practically a prepper meme. How can the cheapest food in the store be a waste of money? 2 reasons. First, the shelf life is a myth. Ramen noodles are fried in oil during production, and that oil goes rancid. Most packs are genuinely best within about a year, far less than people assume. Stockpiles bought by the pallet often taste stale before they are touched. Second, the nutrition is hollow. 1 brick is about 380 calories of refined carbs, oil, and an enormous hit of sodium, with almost no protein, no fiber, and no vitamins. Try living on it, and your body will let you know within a week. There is a reason nutritionists call this stuff empty calories. A prep that goes rancid in a year and cannot actually sustain you is not cheap. It is just inexpensive garbage. What to do instead? Plain pasta and white rice. Similar price per calorie, but they store for 10 to 30 years when kept dry, and they pair with any protein or sauce you add. Now we are entering the top 4, and this next one is a mistake even serious old-school preppers make. Number 4. Bulk wheat berries without a grain mill. Walk through any prepper forum and you will see it. Buy wheat berries, they last 30 years. It's what the pioneers stored. And that's all true. Whole wheat berries, properly sealed, are one of the longest-lasting foods on Earth. Here's the problem. You can't eat them. Not really. Boiled whole wheat berries are chewy, bland, and hard to digest in quantity. To turn wheat into actual food, bread, tortillas, anything, you need to grind it into flour. That requires a grain mill, and a quality hand crank mill costs $200 to $400. Thousands of people have 600 pounds of wheat in their basement and no way to use it. They bought the storage life and forgot the food. There's also a digestion issue. If your body is not used to whole wheat, suddenly switching to it during a crisis causes serious stomach problems, the worst possible timing. What to do instead? If you will not buy a mill and learn to bake now, store rice, oats, and regular flour instead. Oats need no grinding. Rice needs only boiling. Simple beats, impressive. At number 3, the food with a military reputation and a civilian price problem. Number 3, MREs, meals ready to eat, military rations. If soldiers live on them in war zones, they must be the ultimate prep, right? The military never intended MREs as long-term food. Soldiers are rotated off them after about 3 weeks because they are nutritionally engineered for short bursts of combat and are notoriously hard on digestion. Troops have unprintable nicknames for what they do to your gut, and morale drops fast when they are the only option. Then there is the price. Civilian MREs run $10 to $15 per meal. That is $30 to $45 per person per day. And the famous shelf life, it collapses with heat. Stored in a garage that hits 90 degrees, an MRE can degrade in under 2 years. Many great deal MREs sold online are aging military surplus that has already lost years. You are paying steakhouse prices for degraded cafeteria food in a bag. What to do instead? Canned stews, chili, and pasta meals from the grocery store. $1.50 to $3 each, ready to eat cold straight from the can if needed, and you already know you like them. Number 2, anything with the word survival on the label. Which brings us to this point, and this one is not a single product. Survival coffee, survival honey, tactical instant milk, emergency peanut butter powder. Walk through the prepper section of any online store and you will find ordinary grocery items wearing camouflage packaging at double or triple the price. Here is the test. Find the same product without the branding. Emergency drinking straws are just a water filter, available cheaper under outdoor brands. Survival honey in a $30 pail. Honey never spoils anyway. Buy the $5 grocery bottle. Prepper popcorn at 4 times the price of the popcorn aisle. The markup has a name in marketing: fear premium. When people shop scared, they stop comparing prices. The word survival on a label is doing one job, switching off the part of your brain that does math. What to do instead? Before any purchase, search for the identical product in the grocery, camping, or restaurant supply world. If the only difference is the word survival, you have found the discount. And now, number 1. The single biggest money pit in the entire industry, the product that built prepper marketing as we know it. Number 1, 25-year survival food buckets. You've seen the ads everywhere. A sturdy bucket, 1 month of food for one person, a 25-year shelf life, usually $100 to $200. Buy a stack, put them in the basement, and you are done. Total peace of mind in plastic form. Now open one and run the numbers. Most budget buckets provide just 1,200 to 1,500 calories per day. Starvation rations dressed up as a month of food. To actually feed one adult, that 1 month bucket lasts closer to 2.5 weeks. The calories simply are not there. Look closer at what is inside, and it gets worse. The buckets are padded with the cheapest possible ingredients: powdered soup bases, sugary drink mixes, rice dishes, and pasta with flavor packets. Independent reviewers consistently find the drink mixes counted toward the daily calories. You are paying premium prices for Kool-Aid and noodles, and that famous 25-year shelf life only applies to ideal storage at cool, stable temperatures. In a hot garage, the real number plummets. What to do instead? Build the same bucket yourself. Rice, beans, oats, pasta, bouillon, salt, oil, canned protein, packed in food-grade buckets with oxygen absorbers. Around $60 for genuinely more calories, better nutrition, and food your family already eats. The bucket is not the prep. The food inside is. So what does this all add up to? Every item on this list got popular the same way, by selling certainty in an uncertain world. A printed shelf life, a sealed bucket, the word survival on a label. They let you feel prepared without doing the one thing preparedness actually requires: thinking. But here's what generations before us understood. The pioneers didn't have emergency buckets. The families who made it through the Depression didn't own a single ration bar. They had flour, beans, salt, a garden, and the skills to turn simple things into survival. Their security wasn't purchased. It was built, meal by meal, season by season. Real preparedness has never been about what's in the package. It's about what's in your head and what's already in your kitchen. So tonight, take 10 minutes, walk to your pantry, look at what's actually on those shelves, and ask the only question that matters. Would this feed my family for a week? Or did I just buy the feeling of safety? If this video saved you from even one of these money traps, share it with someone who's just starting their preparedness journey. It might save them hundreds of dollars. And if you've fallen for one of these 12, tell me which one in the comments. You're definitely not alone. Stay ready, stay sharp, and remember, the best preppers aren't the ones who spend the most, they're the ones who waste the least.